Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk, back again with another tutorial for you, and this time it's this lovely diamond sided box. As you can see, it opens from the bottom and really spacious to put all sorts of things in. There are two sizes in your tutorial. This is the smaller size one, which you can see here comes to about well, let's say it's about 13 centimetres high, so about sort of around about 5 inches. And this one here uses a full sheet of A4, so stands at sort of 23 centimetres high, which is about 9 inches, yeah, thereabouts 9 inches. And so they open at the bottom, so if you put something heavy in there, you may just want to put a little bit of tape on the bottom to hold it. And what I've done with the larger one is added this loop at the top, and I've done that by just trimming the very top and putting a knot in the end of the ribbon, and that just makes it a little bit different as well for the person receiving it. But these are great for popping scarves in, or sort of, you know, other sort of lightweight things. I've got a lovely silk scarf which I put in one of these. And this sentiment here is a special season like Christmas brings thoughts of special people like you, because you're going to make these for special people. You know, they're not sort of everyday boxes. And a little bit of trimming is required for them, but they are quite sturdy as well, and you could also use them as table favours if you wanted. So it's really easy to use using some of this gorgeous foiled DSP. I'm going to use some more of the Foil Frenzy to do the sample. But all I would say is that an overall pattern is easier, but you know, you could use whatever you wanted. In fact, I'm going to change my mind. I'm actually going to use the Year of Cheer DSP instead, because I think you might find it easier to see the lines on here. So the first thing I'm going to do is trim this down to 8 1/4 inches. I will put centimetres, obviously in my tutorial, by 11 1/4. Obviously keep those bits because they're a great size to use for other things. You're going to, on the short edge, score at 1/2 inch and 3 inches, so that's going to be our bottom flap. You need to mark at 2 5/8 from this score line, or from the top, on this left hand edge here. So the easiest way to do it to line up at 2 5/8, then mark just at the bottom here. Then with your score lines at the bottom, you are going to mark at the top at 1 1/4 and cut up from the bottom to the second score line. You're going to do the same at 3 3/4. So cut the bottom section, mark the top section, and I just butt it up until I can just feel that little bit of pressure. 3 3/4, 6 1/4. So again, cut up from the bottom, mark at the top, and 8 3/4. Like so. Pop your trimmer away, and then you're going to need your ruler and scoring tool. This is one that it really is easier to do by hand. So from the top marks, which you can, you're going to score diagonally to where you've cut. So from your cut here, and the same again, so you're going to do this all the way along. So I find it easiest to find my little notch at the top and come down to the cut line. And if you want to, you can always just crease lightly as you go along, which will make it a little bit easier to locate. And with all of these, and now you'll see the need for the mark on the side. So that 2 5/8 mark is your point at which you're going to typical. I can't find it. Find it with a ruler just to double check. Oh, there it is. Top here. And in your instructions I have got a diagram of what it's like once it's cut, but you're going to trim away this short bit on the end and trim away the 2 triangles on that end as well. Okay. First tab, just trim slightly short of the score line. The same on the 3rd tab. And this last one, likewise, cut all the way away. So you're going to end up with a piece like so. Trim only the tiniest little bit off these tabs and then go through and fold and burnish all of your score lines, particularly this one with the flap. And then you need to score burnish the diagonals. And always, because they've been done with a score tool, just be a little bit gentle. That's it. Because obviously the scores aren't quite as deep as if you've done them on a trimmer. Find some gentle easing, literally, and you'll see it appear. So just gently ease and then score. Like so you'll end up with a piece that looks like this. And then you're going to trim the top. You can, if you wanted to, score and fold it in and punch, but I find that actually makes it quite bulky. So as you go from the left hand edge to the opposite edge to your diamond, you're going to cut down to the cross point on each of these diagonals. And then on the opposite edge, cut about 1/2 inch or 1 centimetre away and make that quite a sharp point at the top. So again, about 1/2 inch and a sharp point. Again, that's getting rid of the bulk at the top so that it'll come together with a really nice point. Like so. Then flip it over and you're going to now add tape. You can use fuse if you want to, or you can use red tape, either or. For speed I'm going to use fuse, but my first few I did do using tape, because you just get a little, it just makes you have to be a little less precise. So once you've done that, you're going to come in and you're going to fold each of these, so like so. Make sure when you do them, each one, just give it a really firm press as you go along, because obviously once it's all joined up, it's going to be difficult to get your fingers up into there. So again, just feed it in, and this is where I say you can see that making sure you've got that really sharp point at the top is important. And then your last one, and this is the one where you have to be careful when you're using fuse, because it's easy to get that one stuck. So I tend to stick the top part of the diamond, pop my hand in and press and hold that, and then just feed that last bit. Like so. And then all you do is fold that up, and what I forgot to do was just trim up the sides of this very slightly. That just makes it easier for you to get the flap in at the end. If you've forgotten as I did, it's not a problem, you can do it now. Put those flaps in, and that fits nicely in there. And there we have our box. And then to decorate it, what I've done is taking the flap that we've got left that we cut away. I punch that with a 2-inch punch. I'm going to take a piece of gold, as it happens, card the gold foil card, and use the starburst punch on that. And then I've die cut one of the stitch framelits as well. And then you can you can stamp whatever sentiment you like. I've used the one from Reason for the Season. Yeah, because I think it's a lovely one to use. And I'm actually going to use, well, I don't always like to use black. Obviously, if you wanted to, you could emboss this, and that would look lovely, but I've just used some chocolate chip ink on that. And then all you need to do is layer that up. So I'm going to layer using pieces of dimensionals. I shall layer with my fuse, as I happen to have it handy. Pop that like so. And then literally just pop a piece, I've used the side strip. And then with that piece, the little flap at the back, I use, and there we have a gift box that is rather special, and it reminds me of some sort of like the panettone boxes, but a bit of fun. I hope you enjoy making it too, and making those for somebody special. Thanks for watching. Bye now.